Hello guys, this is Devojyoti and I am a data scientist. So I am going to start a lecture series on data mining in this new channel, and as well as I am going to continue teaching some machine learning methods and deep learning methods as well in the some time. So this would be my first video in this channel. So today I am going to talk about data mining, the need of it and the various methods used in data mining in gradual lectures. So what is data mining? So as the name suggests, there is mining in it, right? So we know there is gold mining, coal mining. So what do we do there? So basically, we mine gold or coal. That is a useful, very important substance. We mine for it. Similarly, for in data mining, we try to mine for a very useful relation from the very vast amount of data that is stored in a database. So what is the basic need of it? In this today's time, when the first the storage system came into account, there were we used to deal in kbs of data, kb, right? And then when gradually it moved to mb and then to gb, and today's time we generate petabytes of data, and that too every second. In Facebook, suppose there is huge information that is getting stored, or in the cloud services, the various companies put their database in the cloud services. That's a huge amount of data. So we need to gather some information. We need to find some important information that is hidden in this data. So suppose in a retail store, you must have wondered, they take your phone number details and all. So, and what happens in a suppose in a shop market, they analyze the products that you buy. So, and they try to find a relationship between the products that you have bought together. So what that helps, suppose you're buying bread, and you're most likely to buy butter or jam with it. So by the market basket analysis of your bill, I mean the substances you have purchased, they place those items nearby. So by doing that, they actually increase their sales. Basically, when you go, suppose you go to buy bread, and you nearby you see a butter or jam, you are very likely to take it rather than searching the whole store for uh, jam and butter. So that increases the sales. So such analysis comes under data mining. So that was a very small example, right? But there are very complex data bases that human cannot find direct relationship. So those kind of cases, we use data mining to derive a relationship between the data. So what are the problems that led to the invention of or the creation of this kind of data mining? So basically, the scalability, that is the huge amount of data that we are gathering. A human cannot generally find a relationship between that, and a high dimensionality of data. That is, by high dimensionality, I mean various attributes of a single data. So that is very difficult to find a relationship. Suppose weather parameters, and you are to predict the suppose the solar power generation of an area, and we have to predict that based on the weather conditions. So there are many attributes within weather, right? Wind, temperature, pressure, rainfall. There are various other parameters that comes into play. Suppose we are for predicting such kind of, suppose solar energy generated through a solar panel. We have to predict that. So the large dimensionality of the data is very challenging to deal with. In those cases, data mining helps us. In particular, data mining draws upon the following ideas, that is sampling. Sampling means to sample out some of the data from the huge database. So use the idea of sampling while processing that is required for the data mining, estimation, and hypothesis testing. We also have search algorithms and modeling and learning algorithms from the artificial intelligence point of view. So basically, we can say both statistics and machine learning are involved in it. So um, we can say data mining to be a union of statistics, and AI. Not union, basically we can say an intersection, AI methods. So this part, that is data mining. So we use best of the both the worlds, that is statistics and AI methods. So in general, there are two kinds of data mining tasks. One is predictive and one is descriptive. So what is predictive? So in predictive type of data analysis, what we do is we try to predict the some of the target variables based on other parameters. Uh, as the same example kind of example I gave, another example I'll like to give, that is to predict the surge in demand for an item in a certain month. Suppose it is observed by the basket analysis that during the month of December, it is more likely for the coffee to be sold higher. So that's a kind of analysis. So the shop must prepare beforehand and keep a higher stock of coffee. So that kind of analysis is called known as predictive analysis. And there is another called descriptive analysis. So in descriptive analysis, we try to find relationship between the data. So how the two kinds of data are correlated to each other. That is known as descriptive analysis. So that is the two kinds are writing D, predictive and descriptive, right? So as a conclusion, we can say that data mining is an integral part of knowledge discovery in databases. That is to convert the raw data into a useful information. So that is what we are doing in data mining, right? So before we proceed to analyze the data and find important relationships, we need to pre-process the data. So these are the three steps basically to complete for a complete data mining process. That is, the raw data can we have in different formats, right? So we need to convert that raw data first to a usable format, and not all the data that is collected is usable. Some of the data might be corrupt in the sense which does not give a very useful relationship, or does not carry any meaning. So such kinds of data, suppose like serial number, we can eliminate the serial numbers from the attributes of our database. And there are many such attributes. When we do the pre-processing, we get to know it. So in the pre-processing stage, first we try to convert the data into a usable format. The steps that are involved in pre-processing, some of the examples are like normalization, dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction means basically if two attributes of data basically mean the same thing, then there is no point of dealing with the two data. We can take only one data to find a conclusion. So that helps us to reduce the dimension of the data, and helps us in computationally faster algorithms, because the more data we deal with, our algorithms tend to get slower. So we need to try to make the data more compact. So we do that in dimension reduction and feature selection. So after pre-processing the data, we move into the data mining steps. And after the data mining steps are done, then we do for post-processing. In the post-processing steps, we basically try to draw a conclusion from the visualizations of the data, or basically to say we try to recognize the patterns that are found within the data. So I'll be discussing the steps involved in this flow in the further lectures. For this lecture, it's up to this much, and see you in the next lecture. Thank you.